I decided to try my hand at the Curio Cal challenge by Andrea Mowry of Dre Renee Knits. It's basically a challenge to knit an entire pair of socks over the Thanksgiving weekend. So it started Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Central Time, and it goes through Monday. And the key is to, like I said, knit a whole pair of socks. And this year she came out with a new sock pattern called the Curio Socks. I immediately wanted to buy the pattern the moment I saw it because I'm just like obsessed with it. And then I saw that she was doing the challenge, so I figured it was like a perfect time to knit the socks, especially because I have all of these other projects going. But if I just like knit these socks, get them out of my system over the course of a weekend, I think it'll kind of reset or re-inspire me to just continue with the other projects that I'm working on. I've noticed that pretty much everything that I'm making right now is like either a really intense colorwork pattern or an intense cable knit pattern. And I just haven't had any mindless knitting for a while, so this sock is going to be a perfect palette cleanser. So this is how far I am. You can kind of see it there. That's technically the back side, and here's the front. So it's a toe-up sock and an Afterthought heel, which is why I have these waist yarns hanging off. I've never done an Afterthought heel before. I was actually talking to somebody on Instagram about this, and we were both saying how we were kind of dreading doing the Afterthought heel, and we kind of just wanted to do a different normal type of heel, but we both are sticking with it to do it. I've done it on a mitten before with a thumb, an Afterthought thumb, and it really wasn't that bad. So I think it's gonna be easy. And then I just have the cuff of the sock to knit as well, and I'm getting pretty close, I think, to where I want it to be. I'm not making these socks for myself. They're actually going to be a Christmas gift for somebody, and I am not entirely sure what her shoe size is. I think it's like a size smaller than me. I'm an 8, so my guess is a 7, which I think is a pretty safe guess. But yeah, figuring out how high up to knit after the Afterthought heel might be a challenge. I haven't really totally read too much of the directions on how high to knit, but I think I'm getting close to the ribbing. I am using 2 different yarns, and I saved the tags so I can actually like show you or tell you where they're from. So there is this one right here. And I've shown you this one a lot because I bought it from a fiber festival about a month ago, but I'm really excited to be using this finally. It is from Honey Gold Acres, and it looks like they have a website, honeygoldacres.com. It is sock yarn. It's 80% superwash wool, 20% nylon. It doesn't give me a color, so I'm not sure if this colorway is still available or not. The next one is this. It's showing a lot more red on camera. It's more of a burgundy color. And this is also a sock yarn from Northern Bee Studio. It's made out of 20% yak, 10% nylon, and 70% superwash merino. And this is in the colorway Old Barn. And it looks like it's hand dyed in northern Wisconsin, so sticking pretty local with these socks, I guess. Kevin, I'm gonna take that away for just a moment. Okay. Yeah, so when choosing the color for these socks, I was a little worried at first, but I'm really happy with how they turned out. So for sure, I knew I wanted to use this yarn here as kind of the background color. And I wanted it to be a little more on the red tone versus like a green for the main color. And at first I was going to get a color that's kind of in this like deep purple range, but then I was worried it was going to blend in too much when I use it together. So then I bought this slightly more like burgundy red, and I got worried because I'm like, do those really go together? But the nice thing is about this sock is it's actually in stripes. So every other row is using both of these yarns, and obviously the ribbing is just the one. But that kind of blends it together to make it work together. Like it looks like it was all kind of made as one yarn. And that's another thing that I really like about these socks is that I feel like you could really just close your eyes and choose two different colors of yarn, and no matter what, they're gonna work together because they blend together so well. Yeah, and also it's just a super easy pattern. I've been working on my other socks that I designed myself, and I think I'm gonna call them the Angler socks. But that is such an intense color work pattern, and I have to look at the chart like the entire time. And so it's nice to just take a break and have a mindless sock. Speaking of, I will show you how far I've gotten with the Angler sock. One moment. So, the Angler sock, am I officially calling it that now? It's the first time I've really been saying it out loud. So it's a top-down construction. So I did a 2x rib up top, and then it's just color work the whole way down. You can see it. And then just a normal heel, which I made just doing German short rows. So I'm almost done with it. I just have a little ways to go, and then obviously the toe and the other sock. And I am just loving how it's turning out. But like I said, it's very time consuming because the pattern, so it just staggers a little bit to give it more of a visual interest. Again, loving how it's looking, but it's just, I have to stare at the pattern the whole time. I have been playing kind of a little game similar to Marshall. Marshall just took the tag to one of my yarns. 1 second. No. In what world is that okay? Okay, I've been playing a little game, like, memory where I try to look at the pattern and then just like really consciously try to remember it instead of just like staring at it the whole time and using it as a crutch. But I'm not always in the mood to play the memory game, so again, it's just nice taking a little break and working on something a bit easier. But I've just been in a major sock mood lately. I don't know if it's just that time of year with like gift knitting or whatever. These are actually the only knitted gift I plan on giving this year. I mentioned in a couple episodes ago that I just didn't really want to overwhelm myself this year. I have a lot going on, all great things, but I've just been super busy because I have a full-time job, and then I just started a second job where I helped open up a new boutique with my friend who's going to be running it, and then also my best friend's working there too, so I'm super excited about that. But last week as we were opening the store, we worked like basically 2 12-hour days, and those were my 2 days off from my full-time job. So I don't know, I've been really busy, so I'm not gonna stress out about like piling a bunch of knitted gifts on my plate. Okay, so I got to a point where I can just work on the ribbing, and I think I'm gonna try something that I've never done before, and that is walking and knitting at the exact same time. I've heard people talking about it, how they just have a little sack on them with the ball of yarn, and usually it's just a simple sock pattern that they're working on. It will be nice because now I'm just down to using one yarn, so I don't have to worry about it getting tangled too much or really switching back and forth. I'm just doing the ribbing on the sock. I think I need to practice a little bit before I go outside and actually do it, just to make sure it's not as hard as I'm thinking it is, but it's probably fine. Like, I text and walk all the time, so this really isn't anything different. So let me practice a little bit first. such a good time. I highly recommend it. It was a little hard at first to kind of get the flow down of walking and knitting, and I definitely was trying really hard not to trip over my feet, but after a few blocks I think I got it down, and I'm definitely going to be doing that again. Just having that fresh air itself is really lovely. It's been really gray here this whole week, and it's been kind of a bummer because there's no snow on the ground, but it's still cloudy, and so it's just kind of dull, but it's important to still go outside and get that fresh air. I just wanted to catch you up with some of the other projects that I've been working on. So the one that I've been making the most progress on is the Fisherman Sweater that I'm making Mitch, and I still feel like I'm constantly talking about this and maybe there's not like a ton of progress, but this is how far I am with the front panel. So I have the back panel completely done, and then I just have a little ways left to go with the front panel, and then it's just the sleeves and sewing it all together. So I think I might even be able to get this done for him by Christmas time. It's not necessarily a Christmas present that I'm making him, but it'll be fun to wear just our hand knits. I forced him to wear the cotton grass jumper with me yesterday for Thanksgiving, and we both wore ours at the same time. It was pretty cute. He was a very good sport about it too. The other project that you've seen a lot of is the carpet coat by K Facet, and I have made some strides with this one. I've started making the sleeve portion, so I had to cast on a bunch of stitches on both sides, and I'm getting pretty close to the neckline being done. The only bummer is I ran out of this yarn here. This is a Malabrigo Rasta, I think, and I went to the yarn shop to buy more of it, but I definitely didn't get the right color, so I'm gonna compare it real quick. So this is the color that I got in Belgian chocolate, which I can already tell it's incorrect. So this one's a little bit darker than this red. It's almost done with this portion. Like I only have like one more little row to go, or one more chunk, so I think I might just combine the yarn and just say whatever to it, because there's so much going on with this coat that I don't think it's going to really be too noticeable, especially because it's just going to be like right here, but we'll see. If it looks bad, I'll just rip back like I always do. And I got just two other supplemental colors for it. You probably can't really see, but just the purple one and this multicolor one. Also, both that aren't the exact color, but they're going to be broken up from the last time I knit the other colors, like down here, and then this one will be up here. So I don't think you'll be able to tell quite as much with these. But they're still overall the same color story of the whole thing. And I'm sure I'm going to have to buy more yarn for it as I do the front, because I just underestimated how much yarn I really needed for this massive piece. And then I got just another bottle of wool soap. This is the Soak brand, and I got it in the scent Fig last time, which I really liked. And then I got Yuzu this time, which is clean with a peel clean with a peel, so I haven't even smelled it yet actually. I can't smell it. Maybe it has a safety thing on it. Yeah. Oh, that smells really good. It's definitely like almost grapefruit, maybe. I don't know. I'm looking forward to blocking with this. So, yeah. Oh, do you like the smell of it? Does it smell good? Yeah, so I went to Darn Knit anyway after work one day and was just able to pick up these yarns. And that's also where I got this yarn as well that I talked about earlier. I am parched and I'm going to make myself a beverage. It's gonna be too hot. I just know it. Not bad. Blueberry tea. I love it. So I got pretty far on the Curio Sock today. I just have to do 5 total centimeters of the ribbing. Maybe you can see. And then obviously just put in the Afterthought heel as well. I'm planning on finishing this tonight and then starting the second one since I have to work the next 2 days at the boutique. We're having our grand opening tomorrow and then I'm just working my regular Sunday shifts on Sunday. I was gonna go into a whole spiel today about like slowing down, especially on Black Friday, and trying to like think twice about the stuff that we really need, but my CoStar app told me not to get on a soapbox today. So I'm not going to, but the only thing I do want to say is just a shout out to all of the retail workers that are out there working on Black Friday today. This is actually my first Black Friday off in, I don't know, as long as I can remember, maybe my whole lifetime of working. I always worked just those like 6 a.m. shifts that were like 10 hours long, and it was just pure chaos, especially because like a lot of the time I was working at Mall of America. I remember one year I had to work on Thanksgiving at 6, it was like 6 to 3 a.m. and then I had to drive home sleep for like 5 hours and wake up and come back and work another 9-hour shift on Friday, which is just wild. So it's really nice. I'm like super thankful for this year and being able to be at home and just knitting, just really the ultimate slow fashion. And I don't know, it just feels really nice. I'm trying to approach this entire holiday season just a lot more slow and with more intention. It's been very busy this whole month of November, like I mentioned earlier, and I just want to be able to enjoy the holiday season without having any stress. So that's what I'm doing. I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving, at least to those who celebrate here in the US, and that you're getting a lot of knitting done over this long weekend. I'm probably just going to continue working on this and start the second one. I think I'm going to watch the new episodes of Gossip Girl that just dropped last night. They put out 3 and I watched 1 last night, and then I'm going to watch the other 2 tonight. I also need to take these boys for a WALK. I think they were pretty jealous that I didn't take them with them today because I came back and they were totally offended. So I'm going to go on another one maybe this evening. But I hope you all enjoyed what you see here. If so, just like the video down below and follow my channel if you want to see more. I will always link relevant information down in the description below, as well as my Instagram in case you're interested in seeing final photos of the projects that I'm making. But yeah, thanks again, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.